My guess is you clicked on this video because you like builds. You like taking guns and making it into your own baby. All right, so the build I'm going to show you today is my Icarus Precision frame. I have a SIG slide with the Radian Ramjet comp on there. And yes, it is very aftermarket-y kind of idea. Lots of aftermarket parts on this. If that makes you nervous, this is probably not the build for you, but I'm telling you, this thing shoots super nice. Super flat. I have absolutely no recoil coming out of this thing. That dot stays pretty dang flat on the target. You can get after that trigger super fast with this gun, and that was kind of the idea behind it. Is I wanted a gun that's kind of a shorter range gun that I can get lots of rounds down range really quickly, and this gun certainly does that. Let's go over the Icarus Precision metal frame first. What I really liked about it was I have really big hands. It is very ergonomic for really big hands. I have no problem getting my fingers around there, first of all, but I still have that big gap there for my support hand to go on to get on that gun. Okay, my hands are not crunching on top of each other like I have issues with subcompacts. I'm able to get my hand up in there as I am holding the firearm. It does have a double undercut underneath the trigger guard, which is really nice. Your shooting hand and your support hand each has a groove that you can use to make your hand get up nice and tight into the firearm. It does have a light rail underneath there, so if you're a person that likes weapon mounted lights, it does have that Picatinny rail there that can house a bunch of different kinds of lights for you on there. I am not much of a weapon mounted light person. I like the handhelds more than that, but it is there in case you want it. It does have a nice extended beaver tail back here, so there's absolutely no chance you're going to get slide bite on that thing. It does have a little bit of a magwell, flared magwell there. That does two things for you. That does two things for you. It really sucks your hand up into the gun. If you push off the bottom of that magwell, it sucks the back of your hand up into that beaver tail. And then the second thing, of course, is it's easier to make reloads with. This gun is empty, by the way. There's no magazine in there like that. Okay, so really nice there. It does have an aggressive texture to it, so if you really like the aggressive texture, this gun is for you. I'm not much of an aggressive texture person, so I put some grip tape on here. Now the problem with grip tape and Icarus Precision is none of the companies make grip tape yet for Icarus Precision. So I actually took the grip tape off of my macro and I kind of like slaughtered it a little bit, but it goes about up to there. It doesn't go all the way up to the top, but it does the job. It kind of takes some of that aggressiveness away from the grip texture, which is great. Last thing on this one is it has a double gas pedal ledge for your thumb. Now, this is what I really don't like about this frame is the double-sided gas pedal. I would rather tell Icarus Precision, hey, I am right-handed, so they only put the gas pedal on the left side of the gun. The reason for that is I got really long fingers, and I'm going to put my finger in the trigger guard. There's nothing in the gun, just FYI. That right ledge kind of sticks right into my finger as I'm running the gun with the trigger. And I do not like that because after I go through the range, I go through 150, 200 rounds, I got a nice little mark on the top of my finger. It has been running on top of that gas pedal the entire time. Super awesome grip. I am super happy that I have this on the gun. It is a very nice addition, but it has lots of positives and it has a few drawbacks. One more drawback that I'm going to tell you if you're going to get this is it does not have a ton of holster compatibility. Okay, there's very few companies as of right now that make holsters for this grip. And the reason for that is because of those two gas pedals that stick out. So keep that in mind. If you are very picky about a holster, this might not be the grip for you yet. And just FYI, the holster that I'm using right now for this Icarus Precision is actually Roger from QVO Tactical. He did not send this to me. I paid for it, but he shipped it pretty fast to me, which was nice of him. This is their more discreet holster. He does make a holster for you that is from one of his more discreet line, and it does fit in there nice and tight, and it comes out. It has retention and everything. It takes a couple of times to marry the thing up with it, but it is beautiful. I mean, I like it. If you like standard holsters, this is a great company to try out. Now, let's jump up to the slide. I'm trying this out with the SIG slide with the Radian Ramjet. I have liked this so far. I actually have two builds I'm going to show you. I'm going to do another video on another build here coming up. But this is the SIG X slide with the Radian Ramjet, and it's just as long as the macro frame, which is awesome. I didn't want it to stick too far past. This is a super flat shooting gun. I love it. I can run this gun super fast, and I love it. The dot kind of stays right there and never leaves the window. It barely even moves. I'll show some B-roll of me shooting this thing. I love this setup. Now, I have not seen this yet, but I've heard this on the internet that SIG slides have some rusting issues. Up here in the Midwest, really north in the Midwest, I'm in Michigan here, obviously Michigan Dad. I've not seen any rusting issues on any of my stuff, but also I live really far north. I'm guessing I don't get that as much as people who live in the South where it gets super hot all the time. But keep that in mind if you're trying to run this build. I've heard they had rusting issues. I don't know if they fixed them or not, but keep that in mind if you're going to go this route. The Ramjet is fantastic. I love the Ramjet. It keeps that muzzle flip down. I use 124 grain ammo. I'm not even messing with 115s or 147. If a gun doesn't use 124s, I usually try to stay away from it because that is the ammo that I like the most and that I train with the most. And this handles that 124 no problem. I love it. Right now I'm actually running the 135 grain Flex Lock from Hornady. I'm really trying to get another set of ammo. I'm thinking Spear Gold Dots for this gun eventually. I just haven't jumped on it yet. But I'm running that in right now just as like a placeholder until I get some Spear Gold Dot running through there. That's another thing. Make sure you test your ammo. Make sure the ammo is good with a comp, because I know some ammos are not great with comps. Of course, the ammo that I practice with, Blazer, is not great with comps. So I do notice that a little bit. The groups kind of spread out a little bit more than I'm used to. This optic on top is a fantastic optic. This is actually the SIG Romeo X Compact. This is the enclosed optic, so it has glass on both sides of the emitter. I really like that, to where I can just wipe off one side and then the other side, and then I'm good to go. I'm not worried about lint or anything getting down inside of there. Usually the way I am, I'm holstering it most of the day, and lint does get down inside of there, and then you have to clean it out. I'm not a huge fan of that, but it's also not a great big deal. But if I can get an enclosed optic, I'm going to buy one. And this SIG Romeo X Compact is a fantastic optic. I've seen testing online that this thing is like a tank. They absolutely brutalize this thing, and it still runs. The dot is nice and crisp. I really don't see much of a difference between the EPS carry and this dot. People tell me that is a crisper dot. I'm an average Joe, and I really can't tell the difference, but it is a really nice dot. It goes for about 20,000 hours. I believe it has that motion activation or shake awake technology, whatever you want to call it. But it is a super, super nice dot. I shoot this thing very well. I enjoy shooting this thing. I enjoy carrying this thing. Keep in mind that this metal frame does make it a slight bit heavier than, let's say, a polymer frame. So it does add a little bit of weight. This thing does carry 17 rounds in that magazine. And so you are getting that extra rounds to have to carry around with you, which is great. That's what really makes me excited about this gun, is that it has extra ammunition. And I only really need, in my opinion, I only really need one mag. My ideal situation for this is I'm not taking any long shots. I am simply, I need a gun that I need short ranges, that I need to run really fast, that could possibly have multiple targets. This is the gun that I am reaching for. I really like it because it is lighter, let's say, than my compact guns are. And I really like that about this. It fits in my hand amazingly. And I just really enjoy shooting this thing at the range. Now, a little caveat to this gun, this sucker is loud. Okay, so I wouldn't be going down hallways blasting this thing out without any ear protection, because it possibly could hurt your ears quite a bit. Anything with a comp is super, super loud because all that noise is going straight up instead of out. So keep that in mind. You're not going to make a lot of friends at the range with this gun, but you are going to have a lot of people asking about what kind of gun that is, especially when you're hitting those tight groups down range. Please, if you guys have any questions, put them down in the comments. I'd be more than happy to answer your questions. If you liked the video, please hit that like button and subscribe down below. I would appreciate it. Remember to train hard, get strong, be a protector. If no one said they love you today, I love you guys. God bless you all.